Revenge is one of the oldest emotional impulses in human psychology because when people feel deeply wronged, the mind often searches for a way to restore balance. At its surface, revenge appears to be about hurting the person who caused the pain, but underneath it can be about dignity, control, recognition, and the desperate desire to make someone else understand what they made you feel. When a person experiences betrayal, humiliation, rejection, or injustice, anger creates a powerful psychological urge to act. The mind begins imagining scenarios in which the person who caused the pain finally suffers consequences, apologizes, regrets their actions, or realizes what they lost. For a brief moment, these fantasies can create a sense of control because the person who felt powerless now imagines themselves holding the power. Revenge can therefore become emotionally addictive, not because suffering is inherently satisfying, but because the anticipation of retaliation temporarily reduces feelings of helplessness. The problem begins when revenge becomes an identity rather than an emotion. A person may replay the betrayal repeatedly, collect evidence, monitor the other person's life, or constantly imagine how to make them regret what they did. Instead of moving away from the original wound, their attention remains psychologically attached to the person who hurt them. The greatest tragedy of revenge is that it can keep the victim emotionally connected to the offender long after the relationship has ended. You may believe you are punishing them, while your own mind remains trapped inside the same painful story. Even when revenge succeeds, satisfaction is often temporary because the original wound remains underneath it. No punishment can completely restore the version of yourself that existed before the betrayal. Healing does not mean pretending that injustice never happened, and it does not require forgiving someone before you are ready. It means refusing to allow their actions to permanently control your emotional life. Sometimes the strongest response is not making someone suffer, but removing their power over your attention, your identity, and your future. Real justice and personal healing are not always the same thing. You can establish boundaries, seek accountability, protect yourself, and still choose not to become consumed by retaliation. The deepest form of revenge is often not destruction. It is recovery. It is rebuilding the life that pain tried to take from you, becoming stronger without becoming cruel, and reaching a point where the person who once occupied so much space in your mind becomes nothing more than a chapter you survived. Revenge asks, how can I make them hurt? Healing asks, how can I stop hurting? And that question can change everything.